Welcome to Pure Country Reacts, and tonight we are going on, what episode did I say? Four. We're going to do my favorite TikToker. Lexi really likes him too. I don't know if that's her favorite TikToker, but we do watch his stuff a lot. Sassy Nurse. This is going to be a Sassy Nurse Reactions, episode number 4. And before I do that, I do want to plug our TikTok in there, because we do have a TikTok, and I'm learning. There's so many different things that I want to do and that I got to learn how to do. So if anybody wants to drop any kind of comments in there about how to be able to do, I see people do green screens and they do like duets with and things like that. I've not learned that yet. However, if you're seeing this video, if you would be sure to go, and if you're a TikTok fan, go and follow our Pure Country Reacts TikTok. I do have some videos on there, and as I say, I am learning. I am very new at this. I am an old dog trying to learn some new tricks. As you can see in the background, it is pure_country_reacts, and I'm in the works. Seriously, I'm trying to do some different things. So a lot of what I've done is very minuscule and is very not up to what I want it to be. But I'm working on it. So if you are a TikTok fan, give us a try. Go out there and look at some of our stuff. Like I say, it's very minuscule, but it's me trying to learn how to do this. Again, it's for Pure Country Reacts, pure_country_reacts on TikTok. We would very much appreciate those follows. I told Lisa, I said, I'm gonna plug us real quick. I'm gonna give us a little boost there. So please make sure that you go and do that. Okay, so on with Sassy Nurse, and
episode 4.
This is episode 4, the Sassy Nurse. And as I said before, he is a nurse. He does do skits, funny videos, serious videos. So let's say
random talks.
So let's see what we're gonna be seeing with Sassy. Let's see what he's got to say today.
Been a weird day. So I woke up, that's where I went wrong. On them weird ass days where you get like 42 minutes of sleep and it feels like 7 years. Yeah, this is one of them days. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. So my wife bought me this little gift. This t-shirt from the Grunt. It's kind of patriotic looking stuff. I like some of that stuff. I think it's cool. I like a flag and shit on it.
I like it.
Flags. Fucking sue me. God looks at me when
I need more orange stuff in my closet.
Oh shit, that's funny. Anyway, watch his ass. He be up to something. I see you. Yeah. I don't know when the world woke up, chose the path of the dumbass. Dumb fuckery. Nut ass. My wife ain't like this. She says, yeah, and they're not anti-vax. Excuse me? Pardonnez-moi? Why does that matter? She's worried about my image. Bless her heart.
Oh my God.
It's like this, y'all. People not be eating the Chapman's ice cream. You don't like the Chapman's? Fine, fuck it. You're not wanting to support anti-vax? Whatever, fuck it. My ass gonna eat whatever the fuck I want to eat because I like it. Not because who stands by it, who's behind it, what the religion is. Don't give 2 fucks. We gravy? We gravy. Bitch.
Shark Week. Oh.
Morning makes me sick.
Okay, so it says you may need a tiki. What does it say? I hate it when the thing covers up what he's responding to. For real, you didn't know.
We need a tiki on Shark Week. For real,
okay.
You didn't know.
And really, I think they reference Shark Week as a lady and her time of the month, I think. Let's see. Yes, and I'm assuming since there's a little blood drop here, this must be the women's time of the month. It's Shark Week, which used to, when I was in high school, we used to say
Bloody Mary.
No, we didn't say Bloody Mary. We used to say George. We used to refer to our women's cycle as George.
We call it ours Bloody Mary.
George is in town. George is over to visit. I know everybody does something. Obviously, Bloody Mary's a little more graphic, but her generation has some different
ways,
different ways, some different things, some different language. So I mean, to each his own. It's fine.
For why I did that, I need carbs. Yeah, like for real. Like I had no idea. Like I had to Google that shit. But
so he didn't know Shark Week, huh?
8 years old. I'm just finding this shit out. Like how did I miss this? But I'm gonna learn today. But like when I got home, she explained it in detail. But I Googled that. That's been a reference since like 2005. I'm starving to death. Want a grilled cheese, Ashley? 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 Bitch down. I guess she's asleep. Man, I told her what I thought of it. Twice. She liked what I had to say. It's a great Day to be alive. Be a man. Women need to slow down, though, on these code words. Like, it's just too much. I can't keep up. Another glorious morning.
And that's the thing is guys do not have code words for things like chicks do. And really, like I say, we didn't use Shark Week because I am actually a Shark Week fan, and that's not the fan of our time of the month. I am actually a Shark Week fan because I like Shark Week as it comes on National Geographic or something. I don't know. So when people used to say Shark Week, I'm like, is it already Shark Week?
And
Yeah.
tip of the day. We've
For
talked
the
about
new
this
nurses.
before. If your patient has to shit, and I'm not talking about the regular shit. I'm talking about
Cocoa
the
Diaries.
doom, like meteorite, fixing to crash into the city kind of shit, where the patient's kind of like, oh God, somebody help me, like that kind of panic. Unless they took KXLA or lactulose or Go Lightly. Anyway, if it's just a random impending doom shit, don't fucking touch them. Let them defecate on a bedpan, in the bed. In fact, don't let them shit at all if you can help it. They will die, like right in the floor, every time. This is a story on the new grad. Yes, I know you follow me. I'm sorry. So first COVID death. Looked like dog shit. Mixed with pancake batter. Looked terrible. Went into the AFib. Heart rate 190. Respiration 60. Sats in the toilet. Keep screaming. I'm going to shit. Not today, Satan. So the new grad comes running out of the room to get a bedside commode. I say, oh my word. What is the hurry? She explains what's happening. I say, don't do it. I take a look at her. Damn, she'll be dead in 30 minutes. I was wrong. She was dead in 32. That last poop never lies. Story
The
time
last
and tip
poop
of the
never.
day.
I haven't heard that. Obviously, I said that he is a nurse and he has had way more access to COVID patients. I have had no access to COVID patients because a hospital I do work in, I do not work with patients. I actually work to collect from the insurance companies who refuse to pay patients' claims. So I'm going to listen to what he says, and if he says the poo is coming, don't get them up, they're going to die on the floor. That's a new one on me.
We're going to talk about this stamp. Now, something so insignificant teach you more in 5 seconds than your first 20 years of life. It was a day
Leroy
like any other.
stamp.
Shit. Total shit. One dying over there, one dying over yonder. You know, the normal days. We're going to call him Leroy. Oh, Leroy come in, honey. Leroy's homeless. But Leroy's a drug seeker. Been coming around for years. No lie. Had him 11 times. We get in this habit as nurses, thinking the frequent flyers are always full of shit. And in our defense, they usually are. But sometimes, they bite the dust. So I bring old Leroy back to his room, his regular quarters, and I notice old Leroy been dragging that leg. Leroy, what you dragging your leg for? He says it's been doing that a few days. I start doing Leroy's vitals. Leroy got a blood pressure of 60/25, a heart rate of 145, respirations 11 times a minute, and a temperature of 104. Leroy,
Oh,
you took
God.
any drugs today, son? Yeah, just my usual. I don't know you that well, Leroy. What's your usual? Well, I shot up some heroin at breakfast, a little cocaine at lunch, snorted 11 Percodurks. Excuse me? How many Percodurks? Licked a Suboxone strip and took 2 Lortabs before I came in here. My
Holy
leg
mackerel.
is killing me. Leroy, there ain't a damn thing in this hospital that I can give you to help your pain. I'm gonna tell you that. But
Yeah.
Leroy's looking like dog shit. I go to the doctor.
a lot of that
I say,
was
"Listen,
pain
doc,
medicine."
Leroy gonna die. Like dead. We gotta do something. Doc's like, I ain't full of shit. But bitch, you can't fake that. Unfakeable. We do all the things. Leroy got a spinal abscess. He about foot. Leroy's my buddy. Me and Leroy closer than most of my family. We ain't letting Leroy die today. So we turn Lee around, and I'm in there with him again, trying to give him the come to Jesus talks that we have all the time. Leroy gotta get your ass off drugs, or you're gonna die. Went a little better than normal. He usually just tells me to fuck right off. But that day he was listening. Death will do that to you. He looks at me. He said, why are you always so nice to me? He said, everybody else just treats me like a drug addict. I said, well, Leroy, you're all right in my book. You're a pretty good old feller. You know, if you quit the drugs, quit stealing, and quit trying to kill yourself every third Sunday. Had a wonderful personality. You could not like this man. And I said, Leroy, what got you on drugs? I always talked about getting off drugs, but never about what started it. Now, Leroy, being his grungy little self, shocks me. He said, well, I used to be a nurse. Come again? Leroy, how'd you go from that to this? He says, well, used to work ER. I was getting a bad patient out of the car one day. I destroyed my back. Got on drugs for the pain and lost everything I had. My wife, my
Listen.
children's. Leroy, that's terrible. He cuts me off. He says, I about bit to dust today, didn't I? I said, yeah, Leroy, you did.
Yeah, you
Reaches
did.
in his pocket and pulls out 3 items. 4 if you count the pocket lint. He's got a quarter, liquor store receipt. Good job, Leroy. And a stamp. Said, I ain't got a thing, but you take one of these for saving my life. Can't take you shit, Leroy. Said, I won't have it no other way. He reaches in the pile of uselessness and hands me the stamp. Said, thank you, Leroy. He said, you know why I gave you the stamp? I ain't got a clue, buddy. Seems pretty worthless. He goes, not to a letter. Damn, Leroy, hit me in the feels. Sometimes you just gotta be the stamp. We want to talk about this stamp. That's something so insignificant.
Pause it. So this is one of those things where he sort of kind of actually gets pretty serious about stuff, and I do enjoy those videos. Sometimes they will bring a tear to my eye, but I appreciate the fact that him as a nurse and as a person can appreciate even the lowliest of those that are in our communities. A homeless person who has obviously lost his way. So it's a sad story, and I don't want to throw sadness in there, but I just want to at least leave this one on there because I cut a lot of stuff because some of it is really, really serious, and we want to try to keep things upbeat. But let's just go ahead and shine a little light for my favorite sassy nurse here. He is a good person, and we need to try to be more like him. Maybe clean up the language a little bit. I love it when he cusses, but just clean up the language a little bit.
We Southern.
We Southern.
We have no filter.
We really don't. We understand him, but I know some people are not real big about language. But I mean, this is him. This is his speak. This is his language, and like she says, from the South, we totally understand. Okay.
Throwback veggies. My
Okay.
favorite
I love
nursing
throwbacks.
stories. Bitch, what you got? Well, I just have my patients, but Gertrude and Dumas both called in. You've got the whole ER to yourself.
Whoa.
There's nobody to pull. Do what?
Anita.
And you think your ass is going to leave me here by myself? Bitch, I'll clock out first.
Nutter jobber.
Hell, just a minute, I'll fix this. Yeah, Mr. CEO, unless you want your revenue in the negative tonight, I suggest you find me a nurse to work ER, or my ass going home and there won't be nobody here to take no patients. Yeah, I'm damn serious. Oh, you gonna send me a nurse? Okay, that sounds good, honey. I'll be waiting. Yeah, I'll clock in when I see him.
I clock in when I see
Somebody
it.
need a nurse? What the hell?
New grad.
Honey, does that badge say med surge? Oh, damn. You just said a nurse? You know shit. We got this. We got this. Honey, you triage and I'll just do everything else. You got a chest pain? Okay. Sir, you doing okay? Sir? Let's get you in the bed. Sir? You got some artifact. I know, girl. Oh, my damn. Holy shit. Who is that? Oh, my damn. Oh, my damn. Oh, my damn. Miss Anita, will you help me get him in the bed? Keep trying to lift him, but he's so clammy, he just slides right out of my arms. Yeah, they do that when they dead, bitch. What do you mean dead? Girl, this MFer in VTAC, honey. Shock his ass. VTAC? Monomorphic, honey. He's got mono? For the love of... Never mind that, girl. Start CPR, honey. I'll get the crash cart. Punch him in the chest or something. You want me to punch him? Hammer
Love.
up his eyes. Oh, hell with it. What do I do? What do I do? Sir! Get the hell out the way, girl. That's what you do. Get the pads on him, honey.
Get the pads on him, honey.
Charging. Sir, wake up! I'm fixing to shock him. Okay, go ahead. You want to move your arm? Huh? Oh, there! Hey, honey. Welcome back to the world of the living. I don't feel... Ooh. Do you know the odds of having 2 back-to-back amazing ER shifts? Fucking zero. Nada. Ain't never gonna happen. In fact, it was a wonderful time, if you consider a good time, watching the Hindenburg in all its fiery glory crashing down into the middle of the Macy's Day Parade. Oh, I'm melting. It got dark real fast. It serves me right, bragging about my good shift just nigh of 24 hours ago. It was a shift of just absolute fuckery. Stupid shit. Patients fighting each other, psychiatric patients chasing regular patients out of the ER. However, that one I really never had a problem with. Shine bright, you batshit crazy diamond. There were stimmies, aka heart attack, intoxications, overdoses, bleeding varices. That was fun. Loathe entirely. 3rd degree blocks, 2nd degree blocks, winky box. But the fuckery trophy goes to the slapping match between 2 patients. One slapped the other hard enough they shit their pants. Cow patty in the floor. Fuck my life. Part 2. You know
Part
what the
two.
fuckery is going on here. So we got a little ahead of ourselves. In part 1, best to start from the top. Like a rolling turd. After having one of the best shifts of my life, I knew that without a doubt, I'd for surely get the ass whipping of my life. The ass
Exactly.
whipping I did receive. So on the drive to work, I passed not 1, not 2, not even 3 ambulances with their flashers on. Normally I would have realized this was a sign and drove my car straight off the mountain. But I was living that positive life. You can just fuck that shit. Cause this is what it gets you. So we kept hammering 84 and a 35. Cause my ass is always late. No matter if I leave for work the day before. My ass can sleep in the parking lot and still clock in late to next shift. Word. Get behind somebody
God.
with emergency flashers on, blowing through every red light, stop sign, just driving crazy. I know this because I turned mine on and followed behind them. Because I was concerned, not because I was late. Figured they were getting to the emergency room. Either that or they really had to shit. Can you guess which one? So naturally, I waited in the parking lot just long enough to ensure that the day shift triage nurse had to get them. And still clocked in with 3 seconds to spare. I walked through the door. And when I say door, I mean portal to hell. Part 3. Part 1. Part 2. Part 3. The story of Hickory Dickory Fuckery. So I walk into the ER. It's pretty much on fire. A smell of burnt nurse. And all the nurses' asses that went up in a blaze of glory before I got there. You will be missed. Except for that one bitch. And just playing. Looks like a three-ring circus. Never seen it so crowded. Every who I ever knew in motherfucking Whoville showed up last night. Yay. There's not a feeling quite like the very first patient you go to see and they threaten to end your life with the receptionist's hole puncher. Dude. Then see who triages your ass.
Exactly.
Me with a good time, stupid bastards. But 2 points for creativity. I would have never thought of that. Didn't even know they still made hole punchers. The world we live in. Well, I'm back dealing with that asshole. Registration comes running in a panic. We got one not breathing. What? Where are they? What happened? They aspirated a kernel of corn. Say what? Okay, where are they at? Paper's on the way, dear. Excuse me. Excuse me. Can you get off your phone so I can see why you're not breathing? Oh, you shush me. Part 3, the story of Hickory Dickory. Part 4,
Yay.
I just know the Lord looks down at my daily life and giggles like a little schoolgirl. Person's choking on a kernel of corn, not an ear of corn, not even a corn cob, but one single tiny solitary kernel. And they demand that we fly them immediately. The largest level 1 trauma center? Okay. You sat in 100% on the room air and no beds in the country. We got 11 patients in here, fist fighting with the Grim Reaper. But you want a chopper, a helicopter even, for the corn kernel up in here that you probably didn't even eat. Okay, let me call them. They said you better fly on down the road. They immediately recovered. This is a miracle. And sign out AMA. Wasted 13 minutes of precious time for the heart attack. I was just chilling out in the waiting room.
So I'm going to stop it right here because he did reference something that people that don't work in the hospital don't understand unless you happen to be one of these people. When he said that somebody left AMA, that's actually against medical advice. Just want to drop that in there for you.
In sweat, gray is Christian, all 50 shades. Are you gonna complain? Well, here, you spelled my name wrong. There you go, have a good day. So we get the heart attack back, little TNK, little Hepburn, little this, little that, and bam! Reperfusion successful. But while all that was going on, patient next door damn near died. Blood pressure 30 over 0, and somebody left AMA. Part 4 of I
AMA?
Just Know. The Lord Part 5 of I've had enough fuckery. And it's just been an hour into the shift. Hey, what else could happen? While we're saving the stimmy, patient next door goes for the celestial discharge. But to be fair, the length of time it takes EMS to transfer a patient out, celestial discharge probably quicker, yep. Would you look at there, she's having a little bradycardia. Looks like somebody needs to quit popping metoprolols, like they mutterfudding candy corn. Little glucagon for the win. All is well with the world. But 30 minutes later, blood pressure's 0 over 0. Heart rate's 35. At 130-degree heart block, so when you take the small wins. Potassium's like 10. No biggie. Swear to my damn. You fix one problem, and you open the door to 20 more. Give a little atropine, a potassium cocktail, because we all love KXLA. Woo! That doesn't do shit. No pun intended. Little dopamine later, and life is good. ICU you go. The rest of that KXLA. Only ER nurses will get that. But why did one patient go AMA during the crashing patient and the heart attack patient?
Exactly.
Oh my God. The ice in your cup melted. Worst care ever.
Ooh.
Part 6
This could be the whole
of my
episode.
most recent
It
shift
may.
prevail. A life was
Fuckery
threatened.
trophy.
Almost seen the first patient ever die from a corn kernel. Saved a heart attack. Saved that other hot mess. Don't know what the hell it was. About 11 people go AMA already. About 24 bullshit complaints.
11
somebody's
AMAs.
ice melted. Now all the psych patients think it's time to just beat the shit out of everybody. So one psych patient chases an abdominal pain all the way out to hospital, into the parking lot. The psych patient back in the ER. They locked herself in the bathroom, screaming like a banshee. Now everybody's looking at us. Cell phones everywhere. What are you doing to them? Like, bitch, we're out here. What do you mean, what are we doing to them? Then they all start fighting each other. I'm grabbing children in each arm, running for our lives. Because when psych patients flip out, they don't disappoint. It's
No.
all or nothing. So we get everyone to safety. Priorities. Long story short, everybody gets a little ride in a van. Murr, murr. And 2 patients get in a fight, and 1 slaps the literal shit out of another patient. I wish I was exaggerating, because I had to clean it up. And you slap somebody so hard that they shit their pants. You know, we never found that other patient. Part 7. Oh, the shift's not really complete till you almost throat punch the doctor.
Yeah.
Doctor be like, yeah, I know they got the bleeding varices in their throat. I'm gonna need you to put down an NG tube just because. You see, their platelets are 20. That's gonna be a quarter past. You can just fuck right off. Do it your damn self. That, as they say, was the end of that conversation. Let's just bust the rest of the varices, so we guarantee they bleed out. To be honest, I haven't put in a sink stick of Blakemore in like 10 years. So I don't even know what to do in that hot mess. Best leave it alone. But you know, I kept my cool through almost the entire shift. Not cool for me. And all the things from my patients, even the assholes. Psych patient tried to punch me in the teeth. I was ready for it. Cause by about 3 a.m., I'd had 4 energy drinks and hat and tea. My bladder done committed suicide. Strangled itself with its ureter. I was just ready to go meet the Lord. I was done. And you know what happened? I was like this. Hit me. Just hit me. He turns around and punches the wall. Well, that was unexpected. My face thanks you. He said, you look like you've been through enough tonight. Well, you're not wrong. Punch the Part 8. The fuckery
Part
trophy.
8.
Some of you probably think or thought that this series was going to have some type of underlying meaning. As always, it does. But probably not the way you think. You see, sometimes a turd is just a turd. The fuckery trophy. It wasn't meant for this particular shift. It's symbolic to the profession as a whole. One of the most underrated, underappreciated, thankless,
Very underappreciated.
abusive professions that is out there. Let's do a quick poll. There's a ton of stuff we left out about the shift last night. Scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the worst. How many thought that was a pretty chaotic shift? I actually left out a lot of the bad stuff. If you ain't ever had a withdrawal inpatient and metabolic acidosis, them some of the sickest patients you will ever take care of. Now for critical care, especially ER, last night rated as a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'd give it a 3.
Every
Maybe
day.
a 4. We didn't even talk about the harassment, physical and sexual, that healthcare workers go through. Nursing ain't for the weak. Heard me?
We are very abused, underappreciated. Never. I mean, like when I had her, and I don't know we're going off on what. When I had her,
Let's not go off.
I don't want to go too far, but when I had her back almost 20 years ago, I was in labor all day long, and I pushed for almost 3 hours. The doctor came in the last 15 to 20 minutes, caught her, and stitched me up and said adios amigo. The nurses were with me the entire time. Nurses get absolutely no recognition, and even if she does or does not go into nursing, let me say that if it weren't for nurses, a hospital would fall apart. It's not all about the doctor. It is all about those who are constantly with you, taking care of you and taking care of the every need that you ask for or has been assigned to you by a physician. So definitely thank your nurses.
With the COVID.
That's the
If
kind of
you're a nurse,
patient.
that's it. That's where you fucked up. You love people, but you also hate people. This series is for you. I once had a patient who asked me to call the doctor to get him something for sleep. Reasonable request. I
Yep.
shall do it. Call the doctor, get the order, ex-pharmacy 10 years, to put the medicine in the Pyxis. It was actually 10 minutes. Yay, go pharmacy. Take it back to the room. Patient says, oh, sorry. It's 1 minute past my bedtime. Are you fucking with me? Just gonna call out and ask for this in like 11 minutes. And they fucking did. And of course I took it to him. Because nurses are people's bitches. I once had a patient who asked me to change his pajamas. Seems reasonable. Why? There's a wrinkle in my pajamas. Sorry, a what? Sir, you are over 400 pounds. 350 is in them legs. Wearing a medium pajama bottom. They stretch tighter than a rubber band. There is no wrinkle. I once had a patient who refused his medicine. I said, but why, sir? He's good for you. He says, because I don't want him. You fat fuck. Go fuck yourself. When I got home, I took his advice. I did just that. Good advice refreshed. If you're
Emergency nursing.
Q&A had about 11 people ask the same question. We're going to answer it. I'm going to be as serious about it as I possibly can be. Should new graduates start in the emergency room?
No.
The answer is fuck no.
No.
Can't really make that any clearer.
That's
For
the
those
most
of you who are
chaotic
triggered,
area in a
let me explain
hospital.
why.
Newbies
Please
should
hear me
never
out. Number
go.
one.
No, I totally agree. And she's not even employed yet at a hospital. I'm
I know.
employed at a hospital, and I don't have patient access, but we would know that.
We know.
Because the thing is when you go through nursing school, yes, they're going to give you a lot of the high points, how to do things, what to look for, what the good numbers are and the bad numbers are, whatever.
The thing is, the emergency center is everything, and it's chaos.
But the thing is when you start nursing, your education actually begins then. Not in the school. It begins in the hospital, okay? You're going to shadow a nurse, and they're going to show you all kinds of different things, and you're going to do different things on different floors.
That's lovely. But the thing is the emergency section is everything combined. So you'd have to have at least some experience with everything before going to an emergency section, because there's people with everything wrong
Exactly.
with them.
So the emergency
And
room.
we were there one time in that area because of when we had called 911 and everything. Mm-hmm. And it was chaos on that floor. We weren't even part of the problem. Everybody else was chaos.
Right, and especially
nurses running, and you heard monitors beeping and everything. We're like,
exactly, and that is the thing with the ER. The ER is pretty much. It's going to be a toss-up because you're going to have a little bit of everything, because that's your entrance into the hospital. Will you stay the night? Will you be discharging from the emergency room? Will you be transferring to another hospital? All these are up in the air, and you don't know, and you have to go through the emergency room. The only way you can get direct admit to the emergency room is if you are going to you've planned a surgery with your doctor and they know you're coming. Then you'll go through the admitting department. Otherwise, in order to get in the hospital, you gotta go through the emergency room. And that's like Lexi says, there's a little bit of everything. You're gonna have psych, you're gonna have babies, you're gonna have heart attacks, bleeds, car accidents, strokes. You may have gunshot victims. You have police that bring people in. You also have homeless people that's coming in. You have your frequent flyers who are there just to try to get a drug fix. I mean,
everything is going on.
And there's just you don't know what you're going to do.
There's really no direction in that part of the hospital, so
Well,
you'd have to have somebody more seasoned going there instead of a newbie.
You got to know what to look for.
A newbie's got to have direction for at least a few years before they get let on their own.
And I'm not really sure exactly how long that you actually shadow a nurse, but the thing is a lot of the stuff is going to be on hand learning, and
trial and error.
Exactly. And if you're going through nursing school, you are going to do your clinicals and stuff like that. But the thing is you're only going to learn hands on, so you're going to shadow somebody. So I definitely agree with this, and I have no medical training. Yeah, a new grad would not need to start in, as he says, the ER or in critical care. Let's do some of the floors that somebody could die at any second. Let's not put that in a new grad's hands. Let's go ahead and maybe
put them on another floor where it's more safer and a little more calmer, so they at least get used to how everything works instead of putting them in chaos.
Exactly.
Like I said, you're new, you're overwhelmed, you don't know what you're supposed to do, and nobody else knows what they're supposed to do. So you've basically left in the headlights.
Well, they know what to do, but if they're not seasoned yet, they don't.
That's
and
what I mean.
And it's basically, if anybody has ever been in an ER, okay, and I am not the person who knows all about the ER. However, her dad has been sick for many years, and we have done many years of ER visits, and it's like
it's
this.
Chaos.
It's going. And you're probably going to be there for about 4 hours, okay? And that's before you ever make it into the back to even be looked at by anybody.
Unless you're a major case, so something that's very serious, like a heart problem, then they'll immediately get you back.
Yeah, if you're a heart pain person or chest pain person or something, you've been involved in a bad accident and you've got a limb that's been severed off, just obviously those things are going to go in first. And in an ER, those priorities are put in the order they're in order to take care of the most serious, most dire. So if you go there because you've got a freaking toothache and it's the weekend and you can't see a dentist, and they might look at you and give you a little pain medicine, I'm not sure, but you're going to be there for a long ass time. But it's definitely not a pace for a new grad. I'm just going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and say we agree.
As a new graduate nurse, and we've all been there, we all know how it is. You don't even know what you don't know. Number 2, you don't have the experience. Do you really think that all new grads are fit to work with the sickest of the sick, for knowing what to do, response times, even when a physician is not present, catching things early before a patient declines is a requirement, a must. How do you do that with no experience? Do you think that is smart? You can do it because you passed the NCLEX, got an A in nursing school? That is selfish, and you put patients' lives
at risk.
Now, I said what I said. Don't give a damn who likes it. That's the way it is. Number
Exactly.
3, you don't have the assessment skills. You don't have the knowledge foundation, the clinical experience to put 2 and 2 together. Can you learn? Absolutely. But should you really be learning how to defibrillate somebody, taking our
Like
good old
this.
sweet time time to explain
Yes.
things to you while somebody's in VTAC. Oh, this is what dead looks like. This is ventricular tachycardia. Polymorphic to be exact. You see how the complexes, you see how they change. Now, this is usually brought on by, I know we should shock them, but I need to explain this to them. So
Exactly.
they know. Now, we're going to put the pads here and here. Now, you don't want a cardioverter. You gotta be real careful how you set this up. Blah, 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 blah. Well, by the time I get through this explanation and walk you through this,
Yeah,
well,
dead
hello,
patient.
brain death. If you've had some type of medical background before, that's a bit different. You can build on what you already know. Fresh out of school, no clinical time, straight into the blazing
Well, for how many
fire.
times
Yeah,
I've been
I
in the
know it sounds
hospital, I've
fun,
seen a lot.
working with all the
Yeah.
cool stuff. But your mistakes, your lack of knowledge, your response time, and your lack of assessment skill will
Can
cost
cost
somebody
lives.
their life. And if you got out of nursing and thinks this is a good idea, you're not in it to help people. You're in it for the damn glory, the adrenaline rush. Want to be the best nurse you can be? Get your feet wet in a pond somewhere out in med-surg. Telemetry to learn your cardiac rhythms, wherever. Not jumping straight into the motherfucking ocean and not knowing how to swim. No life raft, no flare pistol, no SOS, no nothing. Now, you can get a good residency program, get 6 months to a year of training, get all your requirements. Your BLSs, your TNCCs, your ACLSs, your PALs, hell, even your CEN. So don't recommend that for a new grad. This is a pretty hard course. And reason 4, have you all ever thought about the responsibility that gets placed on the only senior nurse? Has you ever seen a whole gaggle of just new graduates in the emergency room? And if it does happen, fucking disaster.
It's a
It's
disaster.
turning hell off hinges because ain't nobody got a damn clue what to do. You may not think
That
the
was
senior
our
nurses
ER visit
are
last
watching
time,
what you
because
do,
there was
the
actually a
ones
bunch
that
of
give a
newbies
damn,
there.
looking over every damn thing. Number 5, burnout. ER sucks your soul dry. The end.
This child is anal. I don't know where she got it because I'm not anal. I do not get the obsession, the obsessive compulsive disorder.
You
This
are
child
anal
is
about
anal.
something.
I am anal about some stuff, but you are anal about everything. God,
It's gotta look right.
have mercy. But that was the sassy nurse. As I said, my favorite TikToker, and he is very educational. And as I say, he does lean more towards the dark humor, which is I like. He also is very sarcastic, which I also like. We are fluent in sarcasm, smart ass speak. But anyways, when I watch his stuff, I look at all of his content as, oh, that's something new I learned today. Oh wow, I didn't know that. Yes, I agree with you. Things that make you really think. So I think he's actually sort of kind of educational, and I think he's trying to be, and also he's trying to sort of kind of bring some humor to a what would you call nurses? The
A really horrible profession.
no, to that profession, okay, bring a little enlightenment to that profession, exactly how underappreciated they are and how they are not treated so well. And like I think I had said in one of the others videos we did before, is that in the years and years, and we've been doing over 10 years with her dad, who has been chronically ill for a long time, as many nurses and different floors that we've been on, because a lot of times you can't, when you go in with some of the things that he goes in with, is typically mostly pancreatitis. He is diabetic. I'm not going to give you a whole lot of information on that, but the thing is when he goes in, they sort of kind of put you where there's an opening, because a lot of times hospitals are always filled, okay? There's always there, okay? They don't have any times when, any peak times as far, they have all peak time and no really downtime, okay? So there's always people there, so they have to find a floor that can deal with whatever your sickness is. We've done a lot of time at the hospital, okay? A lot of time, and he has had some absolute awesome nurses. Last time we were there, and I'm not big about, I might dog somebody out to my daughter. I might tell her this. I don't like to get out there and really drag somebody through the mud. But the last time he was at the hospital, I will say he did have some of the shittiest nurses. He had some of the meanest nurses, and these were young nurses.
And these are on the cancer floor.
And they were in the cancer floor, and he was put in the cancer floor because there was an opening there, okay? They were some of the worst nurses I'd ever seen, and that doesn't mean care. That meant their attitudes were absolutely the worst. And even though I thought they were nasty, and I thought that he was treated very terribly, and this is the hospital he's been going to for years, a hospital that I was employed at the time, I did not say anything But if anybody ever asks, I will tell them there are some really awesome nurses out there, and there are some really shitty nurses out there. And it's not because they don't know what they're doing; it's because some of them have a really bad attitude. Now you might say, "Well, they've been doing that for years, and that's probably a long shift." No, these were young nurses. They were very young. They did know what was going on, but they just had some of the worst attitudes ever. I mean, they really did. And if I'd had the option to punch one of them, I probably would have.
I'd punch every one of them.
But he's been doing good lately. He hadn't been in the hospital in the past few years, which is actually really nice. We're trying to keep him healthy, or get him to as close as healthy as we can. So that's always a daily task, and we accept that, and we do that because we want to keep him around for a long time. But if you haven't already, what?
We're going off track.
Lord have mercy. I'm going to start doing this shit by myself because this one is constantly, I mean, come on. We hadn't made a video in a few days.
We talked a lot about the same stuff.
Don't people need to know us, though, a little bit? I mean, we should seem a little human.
I know, but...
she ain't paying no attention. Y'all, I'm going to start coming by my damn self. Anyway, if you haven't done it already, please subscribe and share our videos. Give us a thumbs up, too. That would be great. And I did plug us before. If you like TikTok, and there is some toxic TikTok out there, but not everything is.
Very toxic.
Yeah, there really is. But you can actually block those people, and I can always get into that later. Anyway,
we're going to do a video on that in case you don't know how to do it.
Maybe we might probably do that
because it's so satisfying getting to block them.
It really is. It's so satisfying, and they don't even know you're really blocking them. It's just you might disagree with their attitudes or their opinions, and it's not because you're going to go out there and attack them. You can say, "Listen, I just really don't want that on my page. I'm not going to give them any views." So you just go ahead and get rid of it, and that way you can give those people views that you like. You know, like Sassy Nurse. I'll give him all the views in the world. But anyways, if you would go out there and, what is it? Is it subscribe or follow? I don't know. Follow, I guess it is. Go out there and follow our TikTok. And like I say, I am working on getting videos out there. I do not have a butt ton of them because I am an old dog trying to learn new tricks. I do sort of kind of feature her the most because she is visually way more prettier than I am. I'm really old.
And we're trying to wait for the weather to warm up, too. It's been cold for the past 2 days.
Well, see, and that's what's really weird. And I know we're getting off the subject again. However, we are in the spring. We also in the South. We can go through all 4 seasons in 1 week in the South. Okay, so we were warm. We were talking 70s. It was really sort of kind of nice. Also, we're in spring. Everything is green and there's pollen everywhere, and we have been suffering greatly. But yesterday and today, as well as last night and tonight coming, we're going to be in the 30s, and the mountains.
And we have frost warning.
Yeah, we have a frost warning, and we are not very far away. We're probably within an hour of the mountains, and where our location is, when the mountains is getting snow, as they did last night in the higher elevations, we get that like downwind from them or something, because we're, like I say, we're within an hour drive of the mountains. It gets pretty dang cold around here. Okay, so we did have some nice spring, almost bordering on summery weather, and now we are freaking cold again. So anyway,
it's winter all over again.
It's winter all over again,
and we just left it.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what tomorrow brings, but as the weather gets nicer, I'm hoping to be able to go out and do some more videos of her, not really of me, but I'm still learning these things. Maybe I can start stitching, maybe I can start responding, I don't know, but don't look for anything like political or anything like that. It's just, I would just like to learn how to do some funny skits and maybe sharing things in our lives with our followers and stuff, and we really appreciate that, and I enjoy a lot of TikTokers out there, so especially the non-toxic ones. Anyway, like I said, if you hadn't done it already, please like and follow us, share our videos with friends and family, and until our next video, peace.